Okay. And I will try to refer to the chat box regularly. Let's make this session interactive. It should not be one way where only I am talking and you are listening, because it will not add any value to you. Okay. So can we start? Let's hear a couple of voices.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Nandita, for sharing this on the chat box. So let's start with theory of mind. Let us understand how theory of mind explains how does our subconscious mind work. So let's understand from theory of mind. So if we could represent our mind in form of a circle, this is how it would look. It is in front of your screen. Uh, the smaller part, which is only 10%, is our conscious mind, whereas a huge portion is unconscious mind, which is 90%. Now, when we talk about unconscious mind and subconscious mind, they both are same. So both unconscious and subconscious mind means the same thing. Now, conscious mind is 10%, whereas unconscious mind is 90%. Now, how are they different? So when we talk, we all use smartphones. So smartphones have a RAM memory, right? So it could be 4 GB, 5 GB, 10 GB, and so on. And there is a storage memory, which can be now 254 GB as well. So it can be really huge. So you can, if you compare it roughly with a smartphone, conscious mind is small, which does the processing part, and unconscious mind is the real large part, which shows a lot of memory on information. Like you have clicked a photo 10 years before and your mobile is still working, you want to go and check that photo, you will be able to retrieve that photo. So conscious mind does all the reasoning, thinking. It logically decides what to do and take decisions. So the logical part, reasoning part, is our conscious mind. Right now you're listening to whatever I am saying, and you're reasoning, you're thinking about whatever you're listening, trying to analyze it logically. This is what is done by our conscious mind. Now, what does our unconscious mind do? Apart from being a storage device, it is creative, and it is imaginative, and it is emotional and intuitive. So creative and imaginative. So to understand how our unconscious mind is creative and imaginative, I will request you to keep your eyes closed for a couple of seconds. So please keep your eyes closed for a couple of seconds and think about an elephant. Think about a monkey sitting on an elephant. Think about a monkey sitting on an elephant eating an apple. Change the color to the elephant. Change the color of the elephant to pink. See a pink elephant, a monkey sitting on an elephant and eating an apple. Now you can open your eyes and tell me, what did you see? Anyone? You can use the chat box or you can unmute and tell me. Anyone? So close your eyes. Think about an elephant a monkey sitting on an elephant eating an apple. Imagine the color of the elephant to be pink. A pink elephant, monkey sitting on an elephant and eating an apple. So thanks, Ina says, saw exactly what I said, visualized exactly. Thank you. Gopal, thanks. Thanks, Mona Lisa. Thanks, Sandeep. So very unlikely that we would have seen any time a monkey sitting on an elephant. And very unlikely that we would have seen monkey sitting on an elephant happily eating an apple. Above that, the color of elephant to be pink. So thanks, Dhanashri, Sandeep, for your response and the chat box. So this shows that our unconscious mind is creative and imaginative. It can create and it can imagine. Imagine things which we have not seen. Our unconscious mind is also emotional. So all the emotions are stored at our unconscious level. Now, to give you an example, we watch movies. When we watch movies, some of the movies connect to our emotions really deep and really hard. Many of us feel sad while watching that, specifically that end part, that emotional part. Many of us actually are of crying, at the verge of crying, the tears flowing down on your cheeks. Some of us actually start crying. Now we know consciously that whatever is happening is a movie. It is not happening in real. But still, we feel those emotions, and we feel sad, and we start crying. Now this is uh, because our unconscious mind is really large and it stores emotions. So as soon as we get emotional, our unconscious takes control of our conscious mind. So our emotions will take over logic, and then we will lose our logic for some time, and we will be in that emotional state. As soon as those emotions settle down, our logical reasoning will come back, and we will be back to normal. All those intuitions and gut feelings that we have, they also come from our subconscious mind. Now, when we talk about conscious mind and unconscious mind, there are another two terms which we can use. When we talk about skills, they come from our conscious mind. When we talk about state of mind, it comes from our unconscious mind. For example, when we talk about sports uh, persons, for example, say XYZ batsman, say Surya Kumar Yadav. So when he is going through a bad patch, or Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma, when they are through a bad patch, they have skills. The skills have not gone anywhere. What is the problem is with the state of mind. So they are not in the right state of mind. That is why they are not able to perform. So when we need to perform, when we need to give our 100%, we should also have skills, and we should also have right frame of mind or state of mind in which we can use those skills to the optimum. When we are in the right state of mind, we will be able to utilize our skills to the optimum. So conscious mind represents, holds, we can say, skills, and unconscious mind uh, is the is something responsible for our state of mind. So this was about theory of mind. Any questions? Anybody has anything you would like to ask, share, or can we move forward? Okay. So I assume there are no questions. So let's move. So apart from when unconscious mind is storing so much of information, how does it impact our life? So let's look at it. What other things unconscious mind does apart from storing the information? Unconscious mind works 24/7. It does multitasking. So our unconscious mind is responsible for all automatic movements or automatic responses. I hold something. For example, I hold this. I don't know this is hot. As soon as it is hot, before I can feel burning, I will immediately drop it, because this is an automatic response that is controlled by our unconscious mind. Multitasking. So right now I'm breathing, I'm talking, my hands are moving, I'm thinking. So all these auto responses which I'm doing. So in the night, uh, in between, you get up, you want to go to the washroom. So even with your eyes closed, you go there, because uh, those motions, that movement, from your bedroom to the washroom, what is the distance and how to go there. It is all imprinted in your unconscious mind. Automatic movements, all our habits, the habits which we follow, they are controlled by our unconscious mind or stored in our unconscious mind. In
Excuse me,
fact,
sir.
yeah.
You just mentioned that automatic responses are connected to the unconscious mind. So just to get a clear picture, what would you say about the conscious mind? Because I think that it is the conscious mind that takes the automatic response.
No, so unconscious. So what conscious mind does is it does thinking, right? So conscious mind will not do automatic response. Conscious mind will do thinking part. What is not thinking part, automatic response will be controlled by our unconscious mind. For example, this is hot. So before you know, even logic, by even consciously, before you know this is hot, you will drop it, right?
Yes.
Or you see a lion in front of you suddenly, or you see a man with a gun in front of you. What will you do? Do you think? No, you will immediately run. So that is an automatic response that comes from our unconscious mind. Okay.
Is it that anyhow the unconscious mind is impacted by somewhat from the conscious mind?
So we are going to learn a lot about it. Okay, so
Okay.
let's park this question. So it will be answered during this
Thank
session,
you.
how conscious and unconscious interact. Okay, so thank you. So in fact, 96% of whatever we do every day is controlled by our unconscious mind. So whatever we do in the whole day or in our whole life, 96% of that is controlled or influenced by our unconscious mind. We may believe that there are a lot of things we do by thinking, but they are actually our thinking pattern or our habits or automatic responses that are influenced by our unconscious mind. So isn't it huge when we talk about 96% of whatever we are doing is controlled by our unconscious mind? Okay. So isn't it huge? And is it not important to understand how this unconscious mind influence our lives? Okay. So now let's see how our conscious and unconscious mind work together. Okay. So there is a lot of information coming from our environment. So all our five senses are receiving a lot of information from the environment. And though the capability of these senses are limited, right? For example, when you talk about sense of smell, we don't have a sense of smell as good as any other animal. For example, take dog or cat also. When you look at our ability to see, we cannot see as well as a owl or a bat. Taste, there are many animals who have a better sense of taste or hearing, right? The way a snake can hear, we cannot hear. However, even though our senses are have limited capacity, it is still receiving a huge amount of information. For example, when you go to a new office, see, you go to a company and you are going to meet a client for the first time. You enter the office and there is a receptionist, a beautiful receptionist sitting there. Now, what are the things that are there in this office which you can see? The information which is coming from your environment. What all is possible? What do you think? So you can use the chat box or unmute and tell me. Suppose you are going to an office for the first time, meeting a client. What all could you notice? It's a fancy office. Thank you, Ina. So fancy office, what all details you could notice in this office? So thank you. So beauty of the office or beauty of the receptionist as well. What else? So what all information? Well-designed furniture, okay, size of the room, people and the way they are working, right? Environment, the people, the vibes, okay. Okay, so let us look at what ambience, okay. So let's look at in detail. So color of the wall, if there are curtains, design of the curtains, the way the office is, chairs, tables, how they are placed, okay. And then what kind of air conditioning they are using, which company they are using those air conditioners and so on. There is a receptionist, her way of sitting, what she is wearing, her color of her eyes, color of her skin, color of her lips, or what kind of lipstick she is wearing, what kind of shoes, uh, footwear she is wearing. So if you look at it, color of those footwear, if she is wearing any uh, rings, uh, earrings, and so on. So there will be huge amount of information that our senses are going to receive as soon as we get into that office. Now, what our conscious mind is going to do is, because our conscious mind has limited capacity, it cannot process all the information. So what it will do is, it will filter the information and keep only that information which is useful for us. Right, rest of the information it will ignore or it will delete and only keep that information which is important, which our conscious mind considers important for us. So suppose if if you come there as a AC mechanic, or you are there to change the AC air conditioning system in that office, the first thing you would notice is, okay, which brand air conditioner they are using and how they are using it, how many are there, and how they are placed, so that you can pitch in accordingly. But if you are not from a AC company, it would hardly matter what kind of which brand AC they are using and how they are placed and so on. So that will hardly have any impact on you. So you are going to take only those information from your environment that is important for you, and rest you are going to delete. Mr. Vikas Singh, if you could keep yourself muted, I will be highly obliged. Please. Mr. Vikas Singh, if you can hear me. Thank you. Yeah. So it will filter the entire information and keep only that information. It will be really very small in comparison to the information that has been received from the office. And because our conscious mind has a very limited capacity, and whatever information it has stored, it will forward it to our unconscious mind for future reference. So this is how our conscious mind and unconscious mind will work. So conscious mind will process the information and keep it in unconscious mind for future reference. This is the reason why same thing seen by different people will have different interpretation. You read an article, 10 people read that article, 100 people read that article, and they will derive different meanings from them. Because they will not, nobody will take the entire information. It will take only that information, what they feel relevant, what they feel right, or whatever reason of processing may be behind it. So that is why people will have varied perception even after seeing the same thing. Now, once the difference between a mobile phone and a storage of a mobile phone or a laptop and unconscious mind is, once an information is stored in your unconscious mind, it cannot be changed at conscious level. So am I audible? Anybody?
Yes, yes.
So Rajendra, you will have to look at
Yes.
look at your audio system. Yeah. Okay. So thank you. Thanks, Nandita. Okay. So one thing we have to remember is here, the difference is, once the information is stored in unconscious mind, it cannot be changed at conscious level. Unlike in any other system, you can go and delete the information stored at the end. I will give you one more example. Okay. Just give me a minute. I will change the slide. What do you see in this slide? Anyone? You can unmute or use the chat box. Yeah, anyone?
Is placed over the 4 lines.
4 lines and what else?
A
Slice
square.
of
square.
So we see a square, we see a slice of lemon, slices of lemon. How do we know these are slices of lemon?
From the knowledge of the subconscious mind.
So we know these are, thank you. So we know these are lemon slices because we have seen it before. And when we saw it for the first time, somebody told us, probably our mother or father told us that, okay, this is a slice of a lemon. And that is how we remember. Now, it is impossible for you to see a slice of a lemon and say it is a slice of an apple, because this information is already stored in your unconscious mind as a slice of a lemon. So, however hard you try, you cannot see a slice of a lemon, think of a slice of a lemon and see an apple. And you also see a square. Now, why do you see a square there in the middle? Actually, do you think there is a square drawn actually?
No, it's arrangement of the slices of the lemon.
Right. So thank you very much. So there is no square drawn actually, but we see a square because we have seen a square before. So as soon as we see this image, our conscious mind tries to check. It checks with the information in the unconscious mind whether it is familiar. If it is something familiar, so what we see is a slices of lemon and a square because we have seen this before. If somebody who has not seen a square before or has not seen slices of lemon before will not be able to recognize it, simply because that information is not there in his unconscious mind. Another example I have is this one. You can see, what do you see in this picture? So a tiger. So you can see almost an entire tiger walking towards you, like tree and then tiger. Now, yeah. So, but there is no tiger actually drawn, but we see that tiger because we have seen tiger before, how it looks. And then when this image gets, when we see this image, our conscious mind immediately goes to subconscious mind or unconscious mind to check whether there is information about this thing we are seeing, whether it is there in our unconscious mind. So we understood how our conscious and unconscious mind works. So we have to understand the capability of our conscious mind is limited. It has very limited capability to process information. So it will look for past information from our unconscious mind. It will be easier for unconscious mind to process the information if it finds something in the unconscious mind. Now, when we talk about positive and negative emotions, so can you give me some examples of negative emotions?
Anger,
So very good. Thank you very much. Anger is a negative emotion.
Frustration.
Frustration is a negative emotion. Thank you very much.
love,
Sorry.
love and positive.
Yeah. Okay. What else? And anything? So anger, frustration. What else? What are the other? Sadness.
Rudeness, stubbornness,
Stubbornness is a negative emotion. Okay. What else?
Anxiety,
Anxiety. Thank you very much. Is a negative emotion.
Fear.
Fear is a negative emotion. Thank you. So all these negative emotions which you are seeing, panic is a negative emotion, sadness is a negative
sadness,
emotion. Thank you very much. Okay. So we cry because of sadness. So again, sadness is a negative emotion. So I have some negative emotions in my on my screen. Okay. Now, if you look at these emotions, when you look at these emotions, do you think these emotions are really negative? Think about it. Are they really negative, or do they serve some purpose? What do you think?
Sometimes they do serve a purpose. Sometimes it helps us to solve a problem. It depends on the situation. Sometimes it goes to the
Right.
positive aspect
So,
also.
so thank you very much. So jealousy again is a negative emotion. Thanks for that. And yeah, they can sometimes, they can most of the time serve as a, so they are important for our survival. They are instrumental in our survival. For example, let me give you an example. For example, fear. So fear is a negative emotion, right? But this fear stops us from doing a lot of things. For example, when we are crossing a road, we look at our left and our right because we fear there will be an accident and we may get hurt, injured, and we may even die. So that fear ensures that we are safe. You look left and right before crossing the road. Shame. If you look at shame, shame prevents us from doing a lot of things. If I had no shame, I would not be sitting in front of you with clothes. Loneliness. Loneliness is something which tells me that I am alone. So there is some problem. There is some problem because of which I am alone. Jealousy. Jealousy tells me that, okay, somebody has something which I don't have. Probably I should have that. Frustration tells me that, okay, what I'm doing something is not getting me the desired result. So there is some need to change. There is some need to change. Probably I need to change my way of thinking or the actions which I am taking, or probably the behavior. I need to change. So if you look at all these negative emotions, so the way we see negative emotions, it will change because they serve a purpose in our life. So I had written an article on LinkedIn about father of Parshuram and how he got rid of his anger and lost his life. So that is an interesting story. You can read it on LinkedIn. So if you look at all these negative emotions, they serve us a purpose, like all the positive emotions does. So then, where is the problem? The problem is so where is the problem? The problem is when we start thinking negative where we should not be negative or where we should be positive. Then it becomes a problem. And when it is consistent or continuous, so continuous feeling of guilt where you should not actually feel guilty. You are not at fault. People are around, still you are feeling lonely or you are unable to build relationship. You're you're ashamed of something which you didn't do, but you are kind of over creating in your mind and feeling ashamed about it. Regret. We all have done things in our life. We all have taken decisions which didn't turn out to be the way we thought, and then we look back and probably we regret. Sadness, jealousy. When I become jealous on anything and everything which I see people enjoying, and I feel bad about it, then it can become a problem for me. So negative emotions are necessary. They are important for our survival. Without these negative emotions, we will not survive. They protect us. They help us survive. The problem with negative emotions is, or negative state is, once you start thinking negative, unless some external force pulls you up, you will get into that deeper negative spiral. So if somebody starts believing that nobody likes him or nobody loves him or loves her, and that starts building, then it can go at a deeper level, impact at a deeper level where a person would be kind of ashamed, unhappy, and not comfortable with himself or herself. And that can lead a problem in life. Negative can attract more negative, and it takes you towards the downward spiral. And unless there is somebody who can pull you out, it becomes very difficult. In my career as a trainer, as a coach, and as a counselor, I have come across many who contact me to tell me, okay, you know what, I am having so and so problem. So I say, okay, so let's do a session, and they say, okay, and then they don't turn up because negative feeling means then they will stop trusting. So there will be a lack of trust. Everything would be negative. So they would start. There will be lack of trust. There will be fear. There will be shame of not sharing things. Don't want to share. And then becomes difficult for someone to help them and pull them out of that state. So they would ask me, you know what, when are you doing the session? I will say, okay, I'm doing a session on 9th August. Okay, I would like to join. They will register. They will call, they will email, they will message, do everything. I will share the link and then they will not come. Negative thinking stops you from taking positive actions. And that's where the problem starts. I will give you one more example, right? Suppose suppose you eat an apple, and this apple has not been cleaned or washed properly. So it has a lot of chemicals and residues. And you eat it without peeling. What will happen? So that all those toxic chemicals go in your body. Then what happens? What will happen to your body?
You get food poisoning.
So thank you very much. So what will be the impact of food poisoning? So what will exactly happen? So when you go through when food poisoning happens, then what exactly happens?
So we might get
We fall
sick.
sick.
Yeah.
We will fall sick. Yeah, thank you. What else? Yeah, please continue.
The positive will change into negative.
Sorry.
The positive effect of eating the apple which he loves to eat, it will change into negative emotions.
So wonderful. Thank you very much. What else? So what will happen when you eat an apple and toxic thing? You will fall sick means exactly what happens? What are the symptoms?
Tired.
Sorry.
Stomach ache.
So stomach vomiting, diarrhea,
Yeah.
fever,
Dehydration, tiredness.
dehydration, tiredness.
Pain.
So thank you very much. So all these things will come. Now, what are these symptoms? Their symptoms are signal that I ate something which is not good for your body. Now, suppose there is no fever, no diarrhea, no vomiting, nothing. You eat that apple, the poison is in your body, and you continue to live your life. What happens?
Maybe it will have a long-term effect.
So, what will be the long-term effect? So, you're right
Some
there.
parts of the body getting damaged,
Yeah,
something like
right. So
that.
thank you very much. So this poison, when it stays in your body, it can cause more harm. So you may have problem with your kidney or liver because it is trying to get rid of all that toxic thing, and it is unable to do so, and can damage your uh, health in long term. So this fever, this vomiting, this nausea, right? That sickness, that tiredness, that dehydration is telling you that something is wrong with your body and needs immediate attention. So these negative emotions are actually an indication that the way you are living your life or the things you are doing in your life, you are not going in the right direction and you need to change somewhere. So these are signals, they are symptoms of something going wrong. Right. Now another interesting question. When we talk about extraordinary success, now what is extraordinary success? So let me define extraordinary success for you. So what is an extraordinary success? A success which is beyond your imagination, probably. Or it is like you can only imagine, right? So when you talk about extraordinary success, something which nobody has done before, or probably something which you have never achieved before, and you think about achieving. What is more important? Is it logical thinking or is it imagination? So I will repeat.
Imagination.
So thank you very much. So why do you say imagination?
So because when we imagine, suppose if I have no money, and if I imagine of getting a car, but I have no money. But if I work hard for it, or might be just like I'm imagining that I'm sitting in a car and driving it nearby and somewhere. So and it happens. So it is an extraordinary success for me.
Thank you, Aishi. So wonderfully explained. Thank you. What else? Anybody has any other thoughts? Yeah.
The imagination will be a driving or motivating factor for the logical thinking,
Right.
which is to plan and go ahead.
Right. So that was wonderful. Very rightly well explained. So you're right there. Any other inputs? Anybody else? Anyone has any other thoughts? So what do you think is more important? It is imagination or logical thinking?
More important should be logical thinking. Imagination should be just that spark which allows us to go there. Too
Right.
much into imagination should also not let us achieve it.
Right. Thanks. Thank you very much. Zahiral, na? That is how you pronounce it. Am I right?
Jahiral, it's
Right.
J, Jahiral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So thanks, Jahiral. Uh, Anybody else wants to share something? What is your perspective? Yeah. So let's look at, yeah. Idea becomes reality. Thank you. Both are important. That's right, Yara. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So I think imagination is more important than logical thinking, because we don't want to be in the rat race. What everybody is doing, we don't want to do that. So
Right.
if we want to achieve something different from others, what they are doing, so we have to imagine like what we have to do actually. Like, ask ourselves and imagine, and not just be in the rat race and survive our life rather than living.
Right. Right. Thank you very much, Ayushi. What else? Anybody else? Idea becomes reality. Both are important. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. Imagination is said by, yeah. Vishwanath says imagination. Thank you. Okay. Any other thoughts that come to your mind? What do you think is more important? So of course both are important, obviously, but what is more important? Okay.
Hi, hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think imagination is also important because if we look back to our leaders, if they don't have such imagination, sometimes at that time, maybe some people thought that they are thinking illogically, but they actually proved themselves. Like I think Nelson Mandela, if I even anyone,
Right.
successful person,
Right.
they have their imagination, and
Right.
that time people thought that it is illogical,
Right.
but they
So
have made
yeah.
it success
Right.
about their imagination.
Right. So thank you, Purbi. You're right there. Absolutely. Thank you very much for sharing. So wonderful sharing. Everybody is right there. So when we talk about success, extraordinary success, it starts with imagination, right? And then goes towards logical thinking. Right. Now, how is it so? So, like you rightly said, Purbi said, see, there are people who have achieved extraordinary results. So first, any result will be first created in their mind, and then they would start doing it. For example, when somebody decides to build the tallest building, so that thought should come first in their mind. Okay, so let's make a building, the tallest in the world, and let's start working on it. Then they will make a plan on the paper how this building would look, and then they will start the construction. Not starting the construction and then deciding how it will look and what will happen. So everything will start with imagination first, and then will become a reality. Everything that has been created in this world was created in their mind first. Whatever results. So, for example, in sports, teams are playing. So the team has to believe they can win. Then they will win. So they create in their mind that okay, they can win, and then they will win. Without that creation in their mind, they cannot win. And we believe, we tend to believe that okay, imagination is unlimited. So in power of imagination is unlimited, but we don't utilize it. Why we don't utilize it? It is because as soon as I start thinking about something which have been never done before or achieved before, even by me, what things will come to my mind first? So I want to do something. Say I'm doing a job and I want to start a business. What will come to my mind first? Anyone? So I'm having a great job, good salary, great package, good money, good facilities, car, driver, everything. And I have a business idea. What things will come to my mind first?
what business, like it will, the idea will come like, firstly you will think like what business I want to start
Right. Okay.
in which sector. Yeah.
Okay. What else? So thanks, Ayushi. What else? What comes to your mind first? So you start thinking, okay. So let's leave.
Capital that will put,
Okay.
the location,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
how much customer you will get approximately in a day or in a
Right.
month, how much
Right.
profit you will make,
Right.
how much staff you will have, how much
Right.
partner you will have.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. What else comes to your mind? Rest of you?
Uh,
Yeah.
when will be that break point, or when will you
Okay.
take back the profit,
Okay.
those things.
Okay. Thank you. What else? What comes to your mind
Which
first?
type of customer
Which guy?
which customer segment?
Right. What else comes to your mind first?
Whom to collaborate with, how can you develop the business,
Right.
take it further.
Right. What else comes to your mind first?
How will you manage your job as well as your business?
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Thank you, Sarita. What else comes to your mind? So you have a job, you have a great job, and you have decided to leave this job completely and start your own business. What comes to your mind first?
Security
So what do you mean by security? You can elaborate.
means what will happen further if it is not going well.
Right. So first thing that will come to your mind is what happens if I fail or things don't go
Yes.
as planned? What will I do?
Yeah.
What else?
I think when a person thinks that he or she can achieve more success to be a businessman rather than a service oriented person, then actually he or she may take the decision. Actually, their passion drives them to take the decision.
See, yeah, Purvi, you're right there. See, why 90% of the population in the world is employed? The question is that.
Because they are afraid of the failure.
Right.
Yes,
So
yes.
because the first thing that will come, yeah, and anybody wants to share.
So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
they are not so much passionate also about their dream.
Okay. Okay, I will take that. What else?
I will also like to put that they don't have either so much of money or knowledge or the source that they require, or also they are afraid of the failure. Like they are settled down well in their job, salary is coming on time, everything is well settled. So they are not courageous enough to take the decision and work out on it.
Right. Right. And suppose the same employee, because of recession or something, is thrown out of his company, then what does he do? He may start doing a business and really flourish. Right. So what comes to your mind first? So whenever you talk about extraordinary success, your logical thinking will start working. Your logical thinking will start telling you, are you mad? Such a beautiful job. People are dying for such a job, such a great salary, such a great work environment. Company is giving you everything. Why do you need to do that? During my trainings, most of the time, I have noticed that people are held by their limitations, their logical thinking, uh, their limiting beliefs about themselves than anything else. See, you may succeed or fail. That is a separate thing. The question is, have you tried? The question is, have you really taken that risk? And what is stopping you from taking a risk? That is because as soon as you start thinking of anything of extraordinary success which you have not experienced before, your logical thinking will start telling you why it will not happen. So it will start putting 2 plus 2 4, 1 plus 1 2, 9 plus 9 18, and it will tell you, you know what? See, chances are less, but if you fail, then what will happen? You lose your job. You have got such a huge EMI to pay. How will you pay that EMI? Your children, their education, from where will the money come? Think about it. Think about it 10 times before taking such a decision. So uh, it is first, it starts with imagination. So though we can say that imagination is unlimited, we actually cannot, we don't use that imagination fully. So, in one of the workshops I was talking about, it was on power of imagination, creation, and then thinking. So I was talking to one of the participants. So I was talking about power of imagination. So the guy was very angry. He got up suddenly and he said, कि मैं कुछ भी सोचूंगा तो हो जाएगा. So he asked me, if I think anything, will it happen? I said, yeah. So he said, what is this rubbish? So if I think about I will become rich, can I become rich? Well, yes. So then I asked him, how much? So what do you think is rich? So what will be your bank balance when you consider, if your balance is so much, then you consider yourself rich. So what is the definition? So if I think I will have 2 crores in my bank, so just to win the argument, he gave me a number. Well, yes, you can. So what will you do with these 2 crores? Tell me. So he had no clue because he never thought, he never believed that he can earn 2 crores. So he never thought what he will do with that 2 crores. Like Ayushi rightly said, you don't have money to buy a car, but you are creating something in your mind which tells you, okay, I want a car, and you want it really bad. So you're also right there when you talk about uh, being passionate, right? So you should really want it. If you really want it, you are ready to work hard, you are ready to slog, then you will surely achieve. So it is not that without logical thinking you can achieve. No, but it starts with imagination. You have to start believing yourself that, okay, I can achieve this. I want this real bad, and then work towards it. So then that is where the logical thinking will play a part. What happens with us is, most of the time, as soon as we start thinking about our dreams, we start thinking logically, and most of our ideas are killed at the nascent stage itself. So to achieve extraordinary success, it is important that you start with imagination and then go towards logical thinking. So this is what I want in my life. Now, how to get it is the question. The question is not whether I will get it or not. The question is, how will I get it? And I start working towards it. And I am sure when you think about your lives, you will also agree with me, because at many point of time, you would have been in this dilemma and you would have gone ahead with things. So you have asked yourself, okay, this is what I want. Now let's 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 think about how to get it. So whether I will achieve it or not is not the question. I want it. Now let's start working towards it. So whenever we talk about extraordinary success, it starts with imagination towards logical thinking. So it is like, this is what I want. This is the kind of life I want to live. Let's start working on it. Even Dr. Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit number 2, begin with end in mind. He talks about mental creation precedes physical creation. So it is about success. Now, which is the biggest battleground in the world? Any idea? Biggest battleground in the world?
Own self.
So thank you. So it is our own mind. So our human mind is the biggest battleground. Every day there is a fight between negative and positive, logical versus emotions, self-confidence versus doubt, stored information versus new information. I will give you another example. This is very interesting. If you now search in Google 10 benefits of eating egg every day, it will give you articles, information on how eating eggs every day are beneficial. You write harmful effects of having egg every day, you will again find articles, information which will tell you harmful effects of having an egg every day. So life is like a Google. If I search why I can't do this, you will get reasons why I can't do this. When I search how I can do this, then it will start telling you What are the possible ways of doing it? Why I can do it? Why can't I do it? So it depends on the kind of questions you ask yourself. That will make the difference. So asking right questions to yourself, believing and working towards it. Now, we understood, let me summarize. So our senses have limited capabilities, but even with these limited capabilities, the information gathered, collected, acquired by the senses is really, really huge. Our conscious mind is not capable of processing the entire information, so it will filter and take only that information which is useful for us as per our conscious mind, so our logical thing. And that information will be stored in our unconscious mind. This information, once stored in our unconscious mind, cannot be changed. It is very difficult to change at the conscious level. So you have to go to the subconscious level and change this information. Now our unconscious mind has more negative emotions stored than positive emotions, 4 times more negative emotions, because we experience negative emotions more than positive emotions. That is why negative are stored. I will give you one more example. Okay, so I will give you one more example. The example is, suppose there is a teenage boy. He's in maybe around 18 years. Okay, and he is playing game on his mobile, and father is sitting next to him, uh, and he's talking to his one of his friends. So there's a call on his mobile, and now he's talking to his friend. They are talking about a mutual friend. So friend number 3, who had a wonderful job and good salary, good position, good facilities, and he had a brilliant idea one day. He decided to quit the job and start his own business. And then now after 3-4 years, he has failed, lost all the money, kind of bankrupt, and he's running for a job here and there. He's not getting the right job, the kind of job he had, the kind of package he had, and there are all now people after his money uh, uh, for uh, for collecting their loans and dues and so on. And he's in a miserable state. Now, so they are discussing about him, and this boy is listening. Now, when this boy grows young or old, gets married, again he has a great job and he has an idea, a business idea. What will happen, do you think? What do you think will happen? So this boy, when he grows up, what do you think happens to him?
He has negative thoughts about the is successful in future
Right. So
by
thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you very much. You're right, Gopal, there. So there is a possibility. So there is a possibility that because that information he has not knowingly collected from his father has been stored in his unconscious mind, and which will act as a warning. So whenever he tries things about leaving a job and starting his own business, he will suddenly get those kind of get into mental fear. Okay, what happens if I fail? What happens? So even if he has a brilliant idea, this information at the back of the mind will stop him from taking those courageous decisions or those risky decisions to succeed. So now, how do you change this information in the unconscious mind?
So he has to think that when he failed last time, it was long back, and he might have done something that should have not been done. Like कुछ उसने गलत किया या कुछ decisions that he should not have taken, but उसने वो decisions लिया. So he should accept his faults, and he should be aware कि अभी आगे क्या करना है, and he should acknowledge कि हाँ अभी मेरे पास इतना, like he should be prepared कि हाँ अभी मेरे पास इतना capital है and I can survive even if I fail. How he will have to make the backup strategy कि अभी even if I fail, how will I survive after failure? So it should be like that, I think.
Okay, so great. What else? What else are possibilities? So when there is all the chances that this information would be there. How do you change this information? Now you cannot be, see, you can think lot of things, right? But that information in your unconscious mind is there. That slices of lemons are still there. And whenever you think about it, those slices of lemons will stop you from taking those decisions. So that square is there. It is already there.
Yeah, Bhagavata is our. Yeah, Bhagavata. Ah, that's what device is.
So what do you think? What are the possibilities? So whatever information, if you can see through this picture, whatever information is collected by our unconscious mind comes from conscious mind.
Current scenario entirely, current situation entirely made by the previous decision taken by us. So when we know that what was the repercussions of taken a decision, we should be well aware for further decisions which are going to take. Self motivation as well as counseling was very required.
So agreed. So now you're right there. So we are all talking about logic. See what we should do. We should think. We are talking about logic and action. But that information is there at the back of our mind. Let's see. This has happened in the past. This person, this person had a severe loss. Okay. So how do you change that? See, you are saying, okay, think big. I'm trying to think big, but somewhere something is saying, you know what, you're bad. Some stupid trainer, some stupid guy, motivator told me, okay, think big. I'm trying to think big, and then it doesn't work. Same set of people, same environment, same family, same job, same thing. How can I do that? So the simple way is you bypass your conscious mind, connect with your unconscious, and change the information. So make impossible I am possible. Now, what happens is we were talking about in the beginning, there are 3 stages. So one is first remove negativity. So that is self-doubt, fear, hopelessness, sadness, guilt, and so on. So in your case, it will be self-doubt and fear. Increase positivity. So increase confidence, opportunities, increase those images of success in your mind, and create a future for yourself. Achieve success. So it will remove negativity, increase positive emotions, and help you achieve success. For example, when we talk about problems, so everybody has a problem or has problems in their life. So there are solutions are also there. Somebody who is unable to solve a problem simply means that he is unable to see the solution. It is not that solution is not there. If I tell you what is the multiply 183 into 193. So this is a problem which you are not able to solve. Doesn't mean that solution is not there. If I give you a calculator, you will be able to give me the solution within seconds. So solutions are there to the problems. Opportunities are there. Opportunities are there even today. The only problem is we are not able to see those opportunities. We are not able to identify those opportunities. People who are able to identify those opportunities succeed in their life. So how do you see those opportunities? How do you how do you see those opportunities, solutions to the problems, help you achieve success? To go further, why? When we talk about, I will take you back to this slide. Okay. So, what does NLP means? So, NLP means connecting with the consciousness, bypassing the conscious and connecting with the unconscious mind. Okay. Now, in the modern world, this becomes very important. Why? Because at the subconscious level, we are beaten every day. Right. For example, if you if you watch TV or news channel, they will continuously bombard negativity on you. Start watching Crime Patrol for some days, and you will start looking at everybody with suspicion. And now what happens is advertisements are specially designed to make you feel inferior. When you feel inferior, that okay, you don't have this product, then you will go and buy a product. Otherwise, why will you buy? So most of these advertisements are designed in a way that they impact your subconscious. So that at subconscious level, you feel that desire that, okay, I should have this because it will influence, if you don't have that product, then that means you are not at that level. For a simple example of a detergent, if your shirt is not white enough, so you're not at that level. Or there is an advertisement of that chocolate, right? So there is a old lady sitting there, and I think her cane falls down or something, and she is asking the young boy to pick up that cane, but the boy is not picking up because he's busy eating. This lady gets up, and there's something falls in her place, and she says, "Thank you for not helping." Now, what this advertisement? This is, I think, the craziest advertisement somebody has designed. This is giving you a unconscious signal to youngster that it's okay not to help people. They will find their own way out. It may be even beneficial for them. So this kind of subconscious messages keep on circulating everywhere. Stress is the highest today because we have become so materialistic. We believe that, okay, when you have a big car, big house, expensive clothes, and a lot of expensive furniture, and this and that, that means we will be considered elite, status, happy, and so on. And we try to do more. We try to achieve, we try to have more material wealth, realizing it's a never ending story. COVID had further increased that negativity in this world. News channels, social media, movies, lack of role models, a lack of value system, you can say. For example, if you look at today for youngsters, who are their role models? So these actors, these cricketers who are ready to do anything and everything for money and fame. So this value system is deteriorating every day. Relationships are broken down. 100 years before, you wouldn't find so many people suffering from anxiety and depression because of 7 brothers living together under one roof. There are 7 wives. Everybody is one wife, that is. Their kids, they all are living together. I have come across people from my generation who were closer to their cousins than their own brothers because they used to stay together. And then they used to identify with each other. So they would always have that cushion, that support, that strong relationship. Now we have turned nuclear. People don't know who is in their neighborhood. So those relationships have broken down. Social structure has broken down, because of which further anxiety and depression cases are increasing. So more negativity to everyone. So it is not about, when you talk about negativity, one is the negativity that is affecting your mental health and physical health. Second thing is that the negativity which is stopping you from taking those decisions which can help you succeed in your life. You are stuck in a job, in a relationship, toxic job, toxic relationship, because you are unable to come out. You are not able to take that decision, that hard decision. So what can NLP and hypnosis do? It can help you change perceptions, change beliefs, increase self-awareness, become more positive, deal with stress, deal with health and addiction. So losing weight. So I get a lot of questions. One of the question which I got was uh, why XYZ lost his weight, but again gained weight. Okay. So my answer was every behavior. So when you gain weight, it has got some positive benefit for that person who has gained weight. Now, what are the positive benefits of gaining a weight? Anyone? What do you think? Anything positive in gaining weight? Any thoughts?
Sometimes gaining weight leads us to be healthy. Not always gaining weight means,
Right.
uh,
So,
it's not healthy.
yeah. So wonderful. I got that. Thank you. So some look at a person who is a little overweight as a sign of healthy and living in a flourishing, uh, healthy family, or what you call it, financially sound family. What else?
I might sound funny, but I think nobody can kidnap you.
Okay. So, okay. So, this is very interesting, and you're right there. So, what happened was there was a research done on the people who come to lose weight, and then what happened? So there was this. There was a consultant who used to tell people what to do, the diet, exercise, and all. And then he saw the research said that showed that people actually started losing weight, and after they started losing weight, they stopped coming. And the reason they, when they investigated, came to know that because they went back to overeating. Now, why? Uh, for example, this talks about a lady. She was overweight. She started reducing weight, so she followed exercise diet, and she was coming back in shape. And one of her colleague proposed her. She didn't like it, so she started eating it again, overeating, because she didn't want people to start looking men looking at her as a sex object. So she will have no attention. So say started gaining weight. People who are overweight, you may see them as lazy, so you may not expect much from them, because overweight means it can be considered as a sign of laziness. So then there can be n number of in NLP, what we believe is every behavior has a positive intention. Unless that positive intention is taken care of, a person will find it difficult to lose weight. So more than losing weight and exercise, of course, that was required. There was a change in her mindset was required, because she didn't like men looking at her in a sexual way. So that had to be changed. If that behavior could be changed, then her overweight, she could have lost weight and continued to or stay that way, maintain her health. So stress, we already past painful memories, psychosomatic diseases, sleep disorders. I have helped people sleep. So I have had patients who didn't sleep for 2 days, 3 days, very tensed, and they came to me, and I did sessions on Zoom for them, and then they were able to sleep peacefully for a while. Dealing with fears. Fears are necessary, as we know, but some fears can be illogical, irrational. So when we talk about NLP, so we already spoke about being more creative, finding solutions to the problems, opportunities, seeing those opportunities, communicating with self. So how do you talk to yourself? So what do you tell to yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? What do you tell yourself? So Michael Jackson, number one at number one dancer, performer, singer. The world was his fan, but when he looked himself in the mirror, he would say that, okay, my nose is not right, my skin color is not correct, my lips are not right, and then he would do more than 30 surgeries because everybody loved him except he himself. So what is the communication how do you communicate to your own self? And then building relationship, health, wealth, money, and success. So this is what we can do. So when we talk about NLP and hypnosis, so we will experience it now only if you are able to keep your videos on. So if you're able to keep your videos on, so let's do a group demo. So I'm not saying everybody should keep their videos on, but whoever can, because I will need to see some of the faces to give suggestions. So it's a good opportunity to experience. So thanks. Vinita has kept her video on. I would like couple of you more. At least 10 to 12 is what I would look at. So thanks. Gopal has kept his video on. So Prabhavati, thank you very much. So my request will be to keep your videos on. Thanks, Sharif also. And keep your videos on, and you can set your camera, settle yourself at one place. This cannot happen with you holding your mobile in your hand, and this cannot happen if you are standing or walking. So Vivo, if I can have your name, it would be great. A couple of more. So I have Prabha Devi, then Vinita, Sarita has kept her video open. So you can please settle down with your camera. Gopal has kept his video on. Thank you. And then Sharif, and then Vivo. Anybody else can keep, yeah. Who else can keep their video on? So thanks, Madhumita. I will give you a couple of minutes, 1 or 2 minutes to settle down. No problems. Thanks. So I can see only Varanasi on your name, but thank you. Okay, thanks, Ria. Okay. So this is good enough. So others who are not able to keep their videos on, thanks, Ayushi. Others who are unable to keep their videos on because of any reason, can practice this with your videos off. Okay. And you all will experience the deeper state, hypnotic state. So before I start the process, I would request you to settle down, adjust yourself, and think about the kind of life you want to live. Say 5 years, 2 years, 10 years down the line. So you can decide the timeline, and you can decide what kind. You can think about the kind of life you want to live. So when I say kind of life you want to live means probably the kind of house you want to live, the kind of car or bank balance or wealth you want to accumulate, kind of relationships you want to have, kind of job, kind of business success, or in any field you are, what kind of success you want to achieve, and anything that, and you don't have to tell me. You don't need to share. You just have to think about it. So, okay, this is what I want in my life. Say 5 years down the line, this kind of life I want. Or 2 years down the line, this is what I want, or this kind of life I want. So I will be silent for another 2 minutes. So you can take your time, think about the kind of life you want to live. Okay, let's start. Rest of the participants who can still keep your videos on can do so. It will be good for you because you will experience it, should experience better. Otherwise, you can continue with your videos on. So you can close your eyes slowly and steadily. And you can slowly bring your focus on your breath. As you bring your focus on your breath, you will notice your breath moving in rhythmic motion. Breath going in, lungs expanding, breath going out, lungs contracting. You can take 3 deep breaths. As you take 3 deep breaths and notice your breath moving in your rhythmic motion, sooner or later you will notice heightened sensation around your nostrils. You can even experience the heightened sensation around your nostrils, breath going in and coming out. You may sooner or later you can start hearing those sounds which are coming from far away. All these sounds will help you relax further. As you notice your breath moving in rhythmic motion, as you bring your attention on your hands, you will notice heightened sensation around your hands and fingers. Wherever your hands are resting, you will notice heightened sensation around your fingers and hands. As you move your attention on your feet, you will notice heightened sensation around your feet. As you bring your attention on your shoulders, you would notice sooner or later your shoulders are becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. As you move your attention from your shoulders to your elbows, you will experience your shoulders and your elbows are becoming heavier and heavier. As you move your attention from shoulders to elbow and elbow to your hands, you will notice your hands are becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. When they become so heavy that you find difficult to lift them up, you can nod your head slightly and let me know. When your hands become so heavy that you find it difficult to lift, you can nod your head slightly and let me know. Thank you. As you move your attention from your shoulders and elbows and your hands towards your eyes, you will notice sooner or later your eyes are becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. When your eyes are so heavy that you find difficult to open, you can nod your head and let me know. Sooner or later, your eyes may become so heavy that you may find difficult to open. When your eyes become so heavy that you find it difficult to open, you can nod your head and let me know. You can take your time, allow your unconscious to take you in deeper state of relaxation. Let your unconscious work on you. As you bring your attention on your throat, you would notice dryness in your throat. When you experience dryness in your throat, you can gulp and make it wet. When you experience dryness in your throat, you can gulp and make it wet. Now I'm going to count from 10 to 1 in reverse order. As I start counting from 10 to 1 in reverse order, you can go deeper in the state of relaxation. When you are ready, you can nod your head and let me know. So when you are ready to go in the deeper state of relaxation, when I start counting from 10 to 1 in reverse order, you can nod your head and let me know. Great. 10. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 9. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 8. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 7. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 6. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 5. Deep, deep, deep for the deep. 4. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 3. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 2. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 1. Now you can imagine or pretend to imagine that you are standing in a corridor and there is a room in front of you. In this room, there are lights of different colors, and each light would represent different positive emotions. As you enter inside this room, you will notice all these lights falling on your body. And as these lights fall in your body, each and every cell of your body is absorbing these lights and increasing those positive emotions manifold. For example, it will increase your self-confidence, motivation, happiness, joyfulness. So all the positive emotions will keep on increasing. Enthusiasm. So as these lights fall on your body, each and every atom, each and every molecule, each and every cell is hungrily absorbing all those energies from the room. As these lights are absorbed by your body, all the positive emotions in your body are increasing many folds. You can see the God, the Almighty you believe in, blessing you from the sky, and those blessings from the sky falling on your body is increasing positivity in you many folds. You see me and my voice coming to you, and it is giving positive energies which are further increasing positivity in you. See your body absorbing those lights of different colors, increasing positivity in you. See the divine blessings from the sky falling on your body, increasing positivity further in you. See me and my voice coming to you, and all the positive energies from me received by you, and increasing positivity in you manifold. All the positive emotions are increasing, and you see all the negative emotions flowing into the earth from your feet. Positive emotions increasing many folds, and negative emotions flowing into the ground. You see a chair, you sit in that chair and continue to experience the blessings and the positivity in the room and from me. And see all the negative energies going into the ground from your body. And you're feeling lighter, relaxed, happier, and better. You start experiencing, you start feeling good and good and good. While you're sitting there absorbing all the positive energies, seeing all the negative energies moving from out of your body, you see a TV screen in front of you. The remote is on the table in front of the chair you are sitting. You pick up that remote and switch on the TV. The TV screen shows the kind of future you always wanted for yourself. So on this TV screen, you can see the kind of life you always wanted to live. See the kind of job, see kind of business, see kind of relationships you always wanted. See the kind of success you always wanted. See the kind of house, the car, the wealth, the money you always wanted to achieve. See those positive energies being absorbed in your body. And this will help you create the kind of future you always wanted for yourself. Your unconscious mind will help you create that future you always wanted for yourself on that screen. See the kind of life you always wanted. See yourself living. See your loved ones, your family members coming to you and appreciating you, acknowledging your success. See your friends and your relatives coming to you and admiring you for your success. See the look of that winner on your face, that smile, that body language, that gait of a successful person. Make these images brighter, bolder, and more beautiful and more colorful. Continue to create those kind of images, which the kind of life you always wanted to live. Your unconscious will help you create those images. Once you have created those images, you can hang those beautiful images on a wall after framing them with a beautiful frame, a color, and the material of your choice. You can frame them and hang them in a beautiful place in your unconscious mind, where you will see it every day in the morning as soon as you get up and every night before you go to sleep. Request your unconscious to help you and support you in achieving the kind of life you always wanted to achieve. When your unconscious has accepted your request and suggestion, you will breathe deeply, which will be an indication that your unconscious has accepted your request and suggestion. Promise your unconscious that you will stay connected with it. When you breathe deeply, you will know your unconscious has accepted your suggestion. Once your positivity is at the optimum level and your unconscious has accepted your suggestion, you can slowly and steadily come out of this room. Once you're out of the room, I will count from 1 to 5. As I start counting from 1 to 5, you can come from relaxation state to the normal state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will count from 1 to 5 once again, and after I finish counting, you can slowly open your eyes. 1, integrate. 2, integrate. 3, all bodies and personalities integrate with your physical body totally and completely right now. 4, integrate. 5, integrate. Now you can slowly open your eyes. So you can take your time, be comfortable. You can have some water uh, if it is somewhere around, and you can share your experience, how you felt. So Prabha Devi, thank you very much, Vinita, Sarita, Gopal, and Madhumita for keeping your videos on the entire session. Prabha Devi's camera fell down, it seems, yeah, mobile, but you held it for a long time. So you can take your time. And others who kept their cameras on but were able to follow my suggestions and were able to experience the deeper state, you can share how you felt during the process. So Sarita says very deep relaxation. Thank you very much, Sarita, for sharing and keeping your videos on. Would like to know a little more from others also. How did you feel? Calmness. Nandita says thank you very much. Although I got disconnected, Ayushi says yeah, but when we entered in the room, it was like sci-fi movie. Yeah. Thank you, Ayushi. It was deep relaxation. Vidita says, thank you, deep and relaxation. Thank you. Gopal, you were through the process. Ayushi hypnotized. Thank you. Gopal, would you like to share? And Prabha Devi, how was your experience? It was pleasing and peaceful. Gopal says thank you. Sumit, Sumi says this was a great experience. Could connect with to your voice. Thank you, Sumi. So great. Thank you very much to everyone who kept their videos on and also uh, uh, took part in this process. Prabhadevi says mind relaxed. Thank spirit was deep relaxation. Thank you. In the initial phase, we couldn't move the body. I felt paralyzed. Thanks, Ayushi. So what we did was we did uh, the process so that we can bypass our conscious mind and connect directly with our unconscious or subconscious mind. Feeling calm, Madhumita says thank you. So here it is. Okay. I have a question why were we feeling heavy during the focus? Because you were feeling heavy because that was a relaxed state. In the relaxed state, you were feeling heavy. Okay. So now on that, I have another any acha, okay. Before I share, so don't go away. Only 5, 10, 15 minutes more we will discuss. Have some couple of points to share. Till that time, if you have any questions, you are free to ask. Anyone has any questions? So, Sumi, why we were feeling heavy? So, we were actually in a relaxed state. So, we feel we are heavy because we were unable to move. Our conscious mind was not in control. Our unconscious mind was. Anybody has any questions? You are free to ask. Okay. So, you ask in the end also. On 23rd, we had planned the coaching session. But now, because I have other assignments coming in, so we will move it to 25th. So please note this new date for live coaching. This will be a 4-hour session on Friday. Anyone you are all welcome. You can attend this session and also invite your friends and colleagues where we will understand more about life coaching and how we can use NLP and hypnosis in life coaching process. 4 hours on Zoom. So NLP and hypnosis, we spoke about why it is important in the modern world where the negativity is at peak. Our relationships have broken down. Right role models are not highlighted or projected in the modern world. A lot of negativity around which hampers our development, growth, and the kind of life we can always live. It is important that we have uh, coaching and counseling them. So lucid dreaming is also comes from subconscious mind. So all the dreams that we see come from subconscious mind, Ayushi. So what I have not yet decided the dates on the NLP certification program. I am sorry for last 1 year I was not able to do this program because of the continuous workshops, classroom trainings, and the corporate trainings which I had. But now onwards, I will ensure that at least one program in every 3 months I will conduct where we will learn NLP and we'll do some free sessions also. So this program is 5 Sundays where we are going to learn in 30 hours, 25 NLP techniques and 20 topics. And I will announce the date shortly. If you are interested in becoming a certified NLP practitioner, use it in your profession, you can let me know on my WhatsApp and I will be happy to share more details with you. So what it will have is you will learn. So the technique which I used right now, this technique is nowhere available because I have developed it on my own. So you can also design and develop, customize your own techniques. The NLP and hypnosis method which I will teach you or which you will learn from me, it will work on everyone. So far, participants who have attended my sessions one-to-one, coaching and counseling sessions, everybody has got into deeper state of relaxation. So it will work on everyone. You can use it on self also. It will have communication model and so, which will improve your communication and influencing skills. You will also learn wider applications of NLP. You can also use it for law of attraction. So it can be used by managers and leaders, trainers, facilitators, and for coaches, corporate employees, motivational speakers, and sports persons, sales and marketing people can use it. People who are into communication and influencing can use it. Counselors, therapists, and relationship therapists also can use it. I have psychiatrists also attending my program, doctors and lawyers also attending my program. So self-employed professionals, entrepreneurs, then Reiki practitioners, healers can also attend. Yoga practitioners. So people have difficulty in building a routine. So yoga practitioners can use it. For guided meditation, you can use NLP and hypnosis. For gym instructors, for stress management, dietitians can use NLP